All right, now I clicked it, and we're back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Johnny.
Michael.
I didn't introduce you.
No, I'm Josh.
They're talking about how they're going to introduce each other before this. But guess what? We keep it casual here in Anime Casuals. And so yeah, let's continue with the video. We're talking about Zombieland Saga. Want to remind you guys, this is going to be heavily spoilered talks. So Josh, get out of here. So if you haven't watched all of Zombieland Saga, all 12 episodes, please go and finish that. We don't want to spoil anything unnecessarily to any of you guys that don't want to be spoiled. So go ahead and catch some of our other casual. Go! But yeah, so let's go ahead and continue with the video. So what I want to ask everybody is, what kept you interested in this anime, even though like we've watched like some crazy fucking anime, like going from Juni Tyson to One Punch Man, you know. We got One Piece, freaking, oh god, sorry, Berserk. I already mentioned One Piece. But we have like all these crazy fucking anime with like great animation, fights and everything. And this one is a little bit more of like a, you know, slice of life-ish, you know, mixed with idols, you know, that kind of stuff. It's not, you know, necessarily like these what the fuck moments, like, oh my god, that guy got punched through three fucking walls and went through a building. It's more of like, wow, that really touched me, or that really the animation for that, the choreography is like really kind of what I kind of compare it to, because, you know, watching somebody do like when we were watching the sumo anime, watching like somebody them animate like some of the wrestling moves, I was like, oh dude, that looks pretty sick. Just kind of like that. You know, just watching them up there, I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of like the bands I used to watch back in the day, like back in the pop days, like Britney Spears and all that shit. And you're like, oh man, like they got actual people to, because you can kind of tell those are actual like moves and shit. So yeah, what kind of caught your eye in this anime?
Josh, you want to say that?
Yeah, with Zombieland, it was definitely, I saw it and I was like, okay, zombies that are gonna be idols, and I was like, interesting, cute character designs. I was like, well, let's check it out. Instantly in the first episode, when she gets hit by that truck, I was like, oh, this is not a regular idol show. I got pretty hooked from the very first episode, because it wasn't like your conventional idol show. It had like a lot of play and humor to it, where it was just enjoyable to watch. It wasn't like I needed to sit there and read bunches and bunches of text to know what was going on. It was pretty straight to the point.
Yeah.
You're zombies, you sing, you make us famous. And that's why I liked it. Compared to like an action animes that appeals to like my inner 13-year-old. It's just like, yeah, people punching things. Like, whereas this one, these type of anime, slice of life and idols and stuff, like really let me like just get involved with emotions that they're trying to display. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Johnny?
You know, for me, you guys were saying there was a kind of that lull. I mean, I granted I didn't watch it on my own, but I had a little bit of trouble getting into it, I guess, at first. I was kind of like, okay, this is vaguely interesting, not so much. I mean, then they had like they brought in all the zombies, and it's like, okay, so there's a mystery aspect to it. I'm interested to find out who everybody is, and they kind of revealed it really fast, and not everybody's getting the same kind of episode treatment, I feel like, as I would have liked with some people. Mm-hmm. But then there's certain episodes that are just spot on.
Yeah.
Like the little, what's her name, Lily?
Lily.
And that episode, that one I was like, damn, that's
a good one.
That's gnarly.
Yeah.
So just, it was that kind of thing. It was a slow build, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll keep up with this. This is, you know, I'm keeping up, interested. And then the rap episode was also good, so yeah, it was kind of a slow build for me, but
like how do you compare it to
episodes,
how do you compare it to like some of the action animes that we've watched in terms of like what makes it kind of different from it? And what do you like differently about this than say an action anime?
Well, I mean, personally, I do prefer action anime over this. I like, I don't know, it could just be the genre of action and then the little mixes of comedy, kind of like One Punch Man does that really well.
Yeah.
It'll be like non-stop action and this little, you know, little spice of comedy, which is really entertaining for me.
Speaking of comedy, my mailman just came here and the dogs are going crazy. So and Blue wants to kill the mailman.
And then even shows like Juni Tyson are really good because it's that whole I mean, I like the mystery aspect, I guess. So I kind of like the whole, how's this gonna go? Where's it gonna lead? I like to think of that kind of stuff and see that. And, you know, everybody gets their own episode in that. It's really good that way. So yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of differences in how I feel about them. So
yeah, I think you guys kind of hit it on the head for the most part in terms of like the emotional aspect. Because sometimes in action anime they have little spurts of that, whereas in this one it's very much like you kind of go through these people's stories about like, because it's very rare that you get to see somebody's life after it ended. You know, like looking back on it, you're like, oh damn, like, you know, like it'd be like if spoiler alert for Naruto, if Jiraiya came back and was like telling him, yeah, you know, and I look back on my life, it's like, damn, that's fucking deep, you know. Like if he would have come back in the war as like a Edo Tensei, like that would be way too much. Like you don't get to see those parts very much. So when you do, you're like, oh wow, that's kind of weird. What would happen? You kind of like share that experience too. You're like, damn, what's my life gonna look like after I die? You know, because some of these characters die really in funny ways, but then at the same time, people die in weird ways. Like if that show 1,000 Ways to Die or something like that, like people die in crazy freaking ways. Yeah. So it's like you don't really know it. You don't really get to choose. You don't really get to choose the way you go. So
it creeps up on you like a truck in the street first episode.
Yeah. If you're not, why the fuck is there no sidewalk? Get out anyway.
I think something with that truck driver. I'm suspicious of
like
him.
that street right outside the house. Like, anyway, what do you think, Michael?
That's why there's flowers out there on the balcony.
Speed bumps. That's what they need.
I gotta say, like the biggest thing with the difference, what grabs me about this than action anime, is that this is so funny while watching it.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things you don't get unless it's like a One Punch style, anime. Mm-hmm. Like Naruto's heavy on the action, light on the jokes. Pretty light on the jokes.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever laughed.
If any,
yeah. Like, there's barely any moments in Naruto where
definitely when he's
that
younger.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
They're pretty rare.
Yeah. And definitely most of them are when he's younger, and because he's just doing stupid and like he's clumsy and stuff like that.
Keep his face.
Yeah, exactly. Parts on his face. It's like okay.
Whereas now, like My Hero, newer action anime,
that has
a lot more funny stuff in there. Like it's quirky funny.
Yeah, and
quirky, I like that.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
And this anime is definitely like it's got emotions. It's light on action obviously, but when it does, like it's really interesting and cool. Like lightning bolts are when they're describing how they were doing the crazy motorcycle stuff, and like some of the revelations are also what really killed it. Those last two episodes are really killer with the the revealing of people's backstory.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, like I'm gonna keep it light just for Josh, but like earlier in the anime you get the Sakura, she gets a flash of seeing Ai. And the last two episodes, you get a payoff on that.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And like why that's flashing back in her brain. I'm like, and that's one of those things is like I'm like, whoa, that's really cool.
Like, oh, it connects.
Yeah, and like the mystery of the show is really interesting. I'm hoping in the next season or the third season is like they go, why are they zombies?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's a huge question you don't even need to worry about for most of the season. And like
I like the answer that Tatsuki gave. He's like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you're a zombie. What do you get explanation?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that's
just
right.
Move past it. It doesn't matter. It's about the essence of the show.
Yeah.
And the show is so fun, comedic, and interesting. And I'm not a person to watch idol shows really. I mean, there's a ton of them out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh and I just recently tried to find the Niku Niku Ni girl, and we finally found it after searching forever. And honestly, this show really attracts me a lot more than that show does because it expands on the idea. It's like, well, traditional idol show, you're making a group for a reason, which is usually to save something. Mm-hmm. This one is, is it like, why are we saving this place? It doesn't matter. We're saving it. Like Tatsumi's like, let's go do it. Yeah, and it's like it doesn't seem to be an area that's in trouble or like losing money, but
not
he's doing
saving the world. Yeah, they're literally just trying to get famous for their area.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like that's such an interesting idea for a show. That's why I like watching this over a few action shows is because it's highly interesting. And it really kind of moves the brain along.
Yeah.
So that's what's really cool.
Yeah, so what's one of the things, like, did you learn anything, like, major? 'Cause sometimes I have, like, kind of like what I was talking about, I had that revelation about, like, looking back at my life after I passed away, that kind of shit. Did you encounter a character in this that kind of made you feel something like that, where you kind of reflected on your own life, like, oh, maybe I could do this differently, or, just to give you an example, like, at least for me, with Lily's episode and everything, because more recently, like I've been thinking like, man, I actually really do want a family. Whereas before I was like, you know what, just get a vasectomy at 30 if you don't meet anybody. Like I was really fucking hell bent on that shit. But more recently I was like, you know what, I do really want a family. And then watching like how much that guy cared for his daughter, I was like, and actually funny enough, it had like kind of an emotional attachment to me because I always tell people like, oh, I really hope I get a girl. And they're like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, because I already have a name picked out for Lily. I did it. I did this like a long time ago. And so when she came up and she had a big dad, I was like, damn it, this is reminding me too much of like, don't do this to me right now.
Future.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, right. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Like, I hope your daughter doesn't die early.
Yeah.
And by looking at her late hair.
I was gonna say, because I'm pretty hairy, so she gonna get some. So, but yeah, so it's for me it was like seeing that like father-daughter connection. I was like, yeah, even though like he can't really get back into his daughter's life, he's kind of found a way to kind of engage with her without really interrupting what she's doing and everything. So yeah, at least for me, I was like, damn, that dad's found a way for it. And so yeah.
There's an idea that really resonated with me. I think it was maybe like episode 8.
Yeah.
It was with Sakura, and it wasn't like reverberating through my life or anything, but I was like definitely really connected with the idea of when Sakura goes like, "What's going on? Why are we all messing up? Like nobody's working as hard as me." And at the mountain episode, that was like kind of leading in that. I'm like, what's going on? And then she finally like gets to view the group performing by themselves, and she's like, "Oh, it's me. I'm what's going on with the group."
Yeah, because they're all like in sync and everything.
Yeah, and they're all in sync, and she's like, I've been working so hard. I'm not working with anybody anymore. I'm working just solo by myself, and I'm not listening to everybody else. And I'm like, that's something that, like, she's working so hard. She's really dedicated, but, it really, that can happen to anybody. You can get so wrapped up in your hard work that you fail to take a step back and be like, wow, the people around me are really supporting me. So thanks, guys. Anime cats. But like that was an idea that really resonates with me because any work, any environment that you're in, unless it's entirely solo, playing video games by yourself, headphones on in the dark.
Oh God, I'm already halfway there.
You're always with a team of people, and while you might be supporting those people, your shoulders might be sore. They're still putting in effort and helping out and really putting you in a place where you couldn't be without them. And I'm like, no, that was a really nice little episode. Where it was slowing down, but it was still like showing like, very meaningful ideas.
Yeah, the team building out aspect of everything. So
and I was like, wow, that's really something that kind of stuck out to me like while watching it.
Yeah, especially when you're in a group effort, it's kind of like, I can only go so far by myself, and especially when you have a group effort going on, like I'm watching this Sound Euphonium, where it's just it's about a concert band, and some of the characters are really good, but some of them hella suck, and so they're starting to be like, what the hell is wrong with these people? But then at the same time, they're like, yeah, I mean, we can't really go anywhere unless, you're only as strong as your weakest link. It's kind of like what that was kind of going for, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, anything?
While you guys are thinking,
I do, but go ahead.
I have a lot of friends who would be really happy that the instrument euphonium is in a title.
Yeah, I know, right?
So shout out to the euphonium players out there.
Whoever you are.
Yeah.
Personally, I liked Junko's little arc about her really trying to adapt to something new.
Yeah.
She's like, why the hell do I have to go meet these people? Like, that's not what I do. I do this way. And learning basically how to adapt with a team to do it your own way. Like, make it into a way where it works for everybody. It works for you. Like, you don't ever have to fully conform to something. Just make it work for you. And
Yeah.
I really liked that little arc and how I and her were really getting together and trying to help each other.
Yeah, and I also liked how Shades came in and was like, well, why don't you be an idol like you want to be? And so now they give out like pictures of her instead at the meet and greets and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool how they adapted to it. So So yeah, what do you think, Johnny?
So real quick question was about connecting to a character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just
Topic,
just a moment or
Just
anything.
checking.
Yeah.
All that you liked or
Okay.
something like that.
I didn't connect with anybody
Yeah.
at all. I actually didn't like this anime.
No, the only connection I had was actually one of the more
Tatsumi.
sadder moments of the anime. So I was like, oh wait, no, that's not something I liked.
Well, it could be something that like you
Johnny's smiling.
you had like a revelation about or something like that, or it could be anything like that. Kind of like with me and the Lily thing. That's kind of sad and.
Making a connection.
I guess I'll say I felt for Sakura at one point because I don't remember which episode. It's later towards the end of the anime, and she's talking about how this actually may be super spoiler for
You're
you.
fine. You're fine.
Yeah,
Alright,
we're good.
I just
We're
want to make sure. I just realized that as I was thinking, I was like, oh wait. So it was one of the later moments where she's talking. I think she remembers her life.
Yeah.
She's talking about how she would go and try and do this, and then
Oh, yeah.
something would just fuck her up, and then she'd try and go again and do something else, and just something would mess her up. And I've felt I've had that in certain moments in my life, with different health issues and whatnot, and I was like, damn, that's a rough road, girl. That's a rough road.
Yeah.
So that's what I guess identified with. I felt for Sakura there.
That idea of just keep trying. Just keep trying.
I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
On trucking.
So speaking of keep on trucking, we're just gonna keep on going through this episode because this will be the final part of it. But did you guys have anything else you wanted to bring up? I remember you guys mentioned some questions or something that you had. So
I do have one, but if you guys have any, I'd rather my question be at the end.
It's not so much Zombieland Saga related.
Do you guys like zombies and lands and sagas?
I'm a little less about the sagas, but the zombies and the land.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Zombieland. Zombieland's a good movie.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, Cell Saga maybe.
Yeah, all right.
I like most sagas.
Yeah.
Star Wars
Except for Dragon Ball Z
Candyland
Saga, that game sucked.
It's gotta be in the movie. Saga.
Yeah, but did you guys have any other questions? You said it's not quite zombie.
No, it was not Zombieland Saga related.
The only
I mean,
the only comment I would have made is like, honestly, besides the girls, Tatsumi just makes that show.
Yeah,
like for
definitely.
me, like I identify with that character. He's just obnoxious. That's me. Just obnoxious, loud, and annoying, and just go. It's really funny.
Actually, I'll ask about that. Who do you guys think he is?
Demon King.
I
I don't know. Like
yeah,
totally be
totally.
like a Demon King and be like, yeah, these are my zombie girls. I want to have some fun.
Well, the funny thing about that is you don't actually see any other zombies except for them. He has like a video of like them getting like a bunch of zombies getting blown up.
Dog zombie.
The dog is a zombie.
The dog
Yeah,
is a zombie.
and so I'm
Which I have
like,
a theory about that as well.
yeah, but it's all in his house. I'm
Right.
like, so I'm kind of just sitting there like, where the fuck are the other zombies? Like they can't all have a guy that is that good with fucking cosmetics that he can cover up himself,
Yeah, that's season 3. Season 3 is.
I know, we've jumped
competing
ahead.
against what's zombie band.
So, zombie band. They're all zombies. All the idols is the secret.
Well, and that would be another kind of thing is that there's in the last 2 episodes there's some reveals about him. So
Okay.
that's something to look forward to for you.
There you go.
And that's something we don't actually need to talk about because that's not entirely related to what we're
Yeah.
talking about now. So I'll ask my question, and then John, if you want to follow up with yours. Mine is, how do you think they became zombies? Because
A little
there's
bit of this.
there's
a
no
little
clues.
bit of that.
There's no clues in the
What
whole
does it
season
say?
at all.
Yeah.
There's no reason, rhyme, anything to why these people became zombies, because they're way apart from each other, and there's nothing really that's similar between them besides the singing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I'm probably like wondering like what's his involvement.
and do you think Tatsumi is the one who made them the zombies, or did somebody else come
I
in?
definitely think so because his basement is a dungeon. Like it's
Uh,
not a regular basement. It's like
He's ready for zombies. Come through there.
so, like, I guess my quick theory would be like, maybe Tatsumi started like going, okay, I need to bring this person back to life. Okay, how am I gonna do that? And then went off and researched all the ridiculous, crazy reasons like ways to bring people back to life, and he just tried each one until one worked.
Necromancy.
Yeah.
He broke the golden rule.
Which is kind of why I'm really interested.
Oh god.
Oh man,
Equal.
Full Metal Alchemist all over again. But that's what it's kind of making it really interesting. Is just to figure out who the fuck Ty is, because you're like everybody kind of has something in common in terms of musical. Either they wanted to be musical or they were musical, and obviously the Yugiri she has a musical background because she can play pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So it's like
Courtesans of her age, they needed to be good at everything.
yeah, everything. And so
Wink, 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 wink,
wink,
wink,
wink,
wink, wink, wink.
So what was your question, Johnny?
I was actually, again, not related to Zombieland Saga, but just what are you guys watching otherwise, anime?
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, Sound Euphonium is what I'm on. Domestic Girlfriends. Fucking what was the other one? The Kaguya one. Love is War. That one is hilarious. I fucking love that one. That Kaguya Love is War. I'm gonna show you guys some episodes when I come over. But god damn, dude, that show had me dying in its last episode. And yeah. Anyway, so what about you, Michael? What do you want?
I just watched 100 episodes of Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I know, I forgot about that.
You can't ask me about anime because I watch Dragon Ball Z really hardcore right now.
One anime.
Yeah, I think last week, maybe on Monday, or 2 weeks ago, I was on episode 1, and now I'm in the Buu Saga. And I gotta say, if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, go watch Kai. It's way shorter.
Yeah, spoilers, man. You talk about Majin Buu. Dude, come on. They don't know who is.
They don't know who about that Vegeta, Majin Vegeta. Other than that, I'm gonna think. Well, I don't know if Josh wants to chip in, but I've got 3 from Netflix I'm gonna talk about.
He's gonna talk about his whole list of anime that he hasn't finished.
Yeah, it's my list of unfinished animes.
Yeah.
I was watching Zombieland.
I do rewatches out of nowhere where I'll just be like, I feel like rewatching that, but I haven't finished like current anime. Same like I said, Zombieland, Bunny Girl Senpai. The time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Is that good?
Goblin Slayer.
It looks like it'd be good. I was just curious.
It's a big movie anime. Yeah. It's real good. But like right now, I'm trying to. I really want. I didn't even finish Cowboy Bebop. I forgot about that.
You just got a shirt? You just got a shirt from Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy
Watching Full Metal Brother Alchemist, Brotherhood.
Full Brother Alchemist.
Words, man.
Full Brother Alchemist.
I just put on
Full Brother Alchemist.
rewatch. I'm starting to rewatch a Comic Got Killed again.
You're the one that's doing that. I was wondering.
Yeah, I was like, I really like that.
I was wondering who was watching that. I was like, god damn, somebody not finished. Because I got really hopeful. I was like, did they have a new season out? Or like a rework or something like that? I was like,
English.
I was like, nah,
Oh yeah, English is weird.
Okay.
What about you, Johnny?
Actually, I was trying to remember what I've been watching recently, and I got really excited because I remember one that I forgot about, which I think there's a new episode out, so I get to do that later. But I think my top 3 right now are like Golden Kamui.
Ooh, Golden Kamui!
That one's really fun.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that one.
It's so funny.
We should do this afterwards, but Mob Psycho. We should
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that.
Mob Psycho. We didn't watch.
Is there a new
We
episode?
didn't watch that on Tuesday.
Well, that's
behind like 2
on
episodes.
Monday
I
or
forgot.
whatever.
The one I missed that I'm watching is Hinomaru Sumo.
Oh yeah, dude, that one's
And that's a
fucking
fun
hot.
one. I'm really enjoying that one. That came out Wednesday, so.
I remember the one I forgot.
Spirit.
Yeah, it's if any of you are ever interested in the traditional Japanese sumo, it's I don't sumo. Nobody here knows that much about sumo, but now we do.
I know,
Thanks
right?
to that Netflix
Sumo's
anime.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
And
dude.
learn about pop, 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 pop,
Spirit!
Yeah. I want to shout out. It's a little bit older by maybe a month now.
Yeah.
But Baki.
Oh
is
yeah.
so good. Like
Baki's alright.
the sumo anime is like little Baki, and then he grows up
And
to be the
does some
son.
crazy fucking shit.
Yeah. And Baki is a super cool, like heavy action dominated anime, and it's a little funny too because there's a little bit of like dunce moments from our main character, and then that's always really funny. And then I was gonna mention, I think it's Paradise and Neverland. Neverland and Paradise.
Oh,
show?
Some assembly of those words.
It's a movie, right?
Weird
No,
ass
that was a
anime.
TV show. That,
Oh, right.
that was the anime that we were watching.
Really?
Yeah. So this anime, real quick description of it would be: there's a bunch of kids at an orphanage, and that orphanage is not an orphanage. It is much more terrifying than that.
Yeah, that one.
And if you get it, like, literally from episode 1 to 2, you will realize how insane this anime is because
That one's nuts.
It
Now-
goes
now
from-
I need to watch it. Fuck.
it goes from 0 to 100 very quickly. And,
Like
like,
Junie Tyson quick, or are we talking about like?
probably Junie Tyson quick.
Oh,
yeah.
that first initial one? Well, here's the thing. Junie Tyson goes like a giant spike up, but this anime is like, oh my god.
Yeah, it just keeps ratcheting it up.
What does this mean?
And also, it just came out about 3 weeks ago. So,
Oh,
and I'm not sure about the order of that. Paradise, Neverland, Neverland, Paradise. But definitely look it up.
Paradise Land.
Or
Google
Fish.
those words and you'll find it.
I think it has 4 episodes out now. And it
Land before
was,
time.
I thought about a question though.
it was really intense.
What's up?
My question is, what anime would you want a second season to that hasn't ever had one?
Balls. I have to think about that.
Next
Second
time,
season.
I heard about that
Paradise.
anime. I think for.
What? One point for
Get
coming out
out of
next
here,
year.
bro.
Come out.
Bob Tiger would also been that's
It's like I could always use another Fate. Like Fate never goes
Yeah.
wrong.
A Comic and Kill I really wanted to
Comic-
say.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
the
good
Esther! Give me Esther!
Yeah, they're just talking about like if I get another
Yeah, just
iteration,
another
not even
iteration
just a
or something.
second.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be
I'd love
nice.
Fate.
Yeah, another
Fate is
Fate.
always good. I'm
Fate's
always
always
interested
good.
to see
Okay,
Fate
another
and see
Fate.
like
You know-
who are the servants this time.
I could do
Always
with a
fun.
shorter season of, that Whole Cake Island arc. I don't know.
We need a
You
Kai
want to
version
watch
of
what
that.
Luffy get his ass kicked for
No,
another
One-
50 something episodes?
One Piece Kai.
Cut those 900 episodes to like
Oh my
24.
god.
each episode is just oh my that would
Well,
work.
each episode is like 2 hours.
Yeah, I feel like there's an anime that I had on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember what the fuck it was, bro.
No, actually.
Nah, well, this one I'd like. Berserk I would like to have another thing of. I just like it if they didn't do the weird CGI BS that they got going on.
Yeah.
Because the problem with Berserk right now is that it keeps on showing little glimpses of really good fucking animation. Like all of a sudden he'll come into a place and all of a sudden it'll just show this bar beautifully animated and you're like, then all of a sudden once he starts walking it'll be like this clunky freaking computer graphic shit and I'm like, come on guys, what are you doing here?
I got a call out. I want a second season of Zombieland Saga.
Oh damn.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a hard call out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely want that second season because
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to more explanations,
Dub, dub.
mystery, and a whole nother season of songs. If they could do just as well as they did the first season, I'll be really happy.
I want a second season of Zombieland Saga just because of the opening of the first season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are those Power Rangers?
That's true.
Let's see that.
That's true. Yeah, very true.
Idol Rangers, whatever you call them.
Ooh, yeah, you won't get it. You won't get that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to think of some more, but I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, you think about it now, and then we'll bring it up on the next episode.
Yeah, I know, right? All of a sudden I'll like wake up in the middle of the night,
You
start
got
up an
HK?
edit casual. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, B got HK.
Oh.
That means a second season.
Yeah, I forget. What is it called? Yamada's first time.
Yeah,
that's
the name.
That's a pretty good one,
That
actually.
was really
Johnny.
funny. That was really
Yeah,
funny.
and I think on that we will end it. Thank you guys for watching our anime casual discussion of Zombieland Saga, and in this case, very many more. We want to thank our special guest, Anime Josh, over here, and yeah, don't forget, guys.